Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the nation, and especially you die-hard birds faithful tuning in from the city of brotherly love, welcome back to your go-to spot for all things Eagles. I'm your host, the voice that's been calling those heart-pounding plays from Lincoln Financial Field since the days of Donovan McNabb slinging it deep. What a wild ride this 2025 season has been already, huh? We're talking Super Bowl hangover vibes turned into a legit contender push, with Jalen Hurts under center, Saquon Barkley pounding the rock, and a defense that's finally got some bite back under Vic Fangio. But hold on tight, because tonight, we've got a story that's got the whole Philly fanbase buzzing, and not in the good way. Imagine this. You trade for a Pro Bowl cornerback who's got that Philly blood in his veins, a guy who's supposed to lock down the secondary like Reggie White used to own the line. And then, just like that, poof, he's stepping away. Yeah, we're diving deep into the Jaire Alexander saga, folks. It's a curveball that could shake up the Birds' perfect defensive blueprint, but stick with me, because as always, we'll unpack it all with the passion, the history, and a little Philly grit to keep you fired up. Let's roll. First off, let's set the scene, because this isn't just any trade deadline pickup, it's got layers, like a legit cheesesteak. It was just over a week ago, right before the deadline on November 4th, when Eagles GM Howie Roseman, that wizard who somehow always finds diamonds in the rough, pulled off another stunner. The Birds shipped a 2026 sixth-round pick to the Baltimore Ravens for cornerback Jaire Alexander and a 2027 seventh-rounder in return. A low-risk, high-reward move, or so it seemed. Alexander, the 28-year-old shutdown artist from his glory days in Green Bay, where he racked up 2 Pro Bowls and second-team All-Pro nods in 2020 and 2022, had bounced to Baltimore on a one-year, $4 million deal after the Packers cut him loose amid those nagging injuries. He only suited up for 2 games with the Ravens this year. 5 tackles, nothing flashy. But man, the potential? Electric. And get this, Jaire's a Philly kid. Born right here in the city of brotherly love before his family moved south to North Carolina when he was a toddler. He even mentioned in his first Eagles presser how excited he was to reunite with family, to feel that home field energy. "Philly's got that fire," he said, grinning ear to ear. "I'm in great shape, ready to ball out." Fans were dreaming of him blanketing receivers opposite rookie sensation Quinyon Mitchell, turning the secondary into a no-fly zone. But fast forward to yesterday, November 11th, and Fox Sports insider Jay Glazer drops the bomb. Alexander's stepping away from football indefinitely, to focus on his physical and mental health before deciding his future. Reports from The Athletic's Diana Rossini even whisper retirement might be on the table. Oof. In a league where we've lost too many warriors to the grind, think Brian Dawkins battling those personal demons back in the day, this hits different. Kudos to Jaire for prioritizing himself, that's real strength. But for the Eagles? It's a massive wrench in the gears, especially after they just traded for another vet DB, Michael Carter II from the Jets, to shore up the back end. Now, let's zoom out to the main event that had us all on the edge of our seats just 2 nights ago. Monday Night Football under the frozen lights of Lambeau Field. What a slugfest! The Eagles grind out a gritty 10-7 victory over the Green Bay Packers, improving to 7-2 and holding firm atop the NFC East. Picture this, frigid temps dipping into the teens, cheeseheads howling in the stands, but the Birds' defense? Unbreakable. They stonewalled Jordan Love and company, limiting Green Bay to a measly 157 passing yards. That's right, folks, 157. A fourth-quarter dagger from Jalen Hurts, a 36-yard strike to Devonta Smith for the game's only touchdown, put Philly up 10-0, and from there, it was all about survival. The Pack clawed back with a Josh Jacobs 6-yard rumble late, but Brandon McManus' 64-yard desperation heave as time expired? Sails wide left, short by yards. Eagles win. And without Alexander even traveling to Green Bay, a coach's call mixed with health concerns, the secondary stepped up big time. Rookie Quinyon Mitchell, that first-round steal out of Toledo, notched 2 pass deflections, looking every bit the lockdown corner we hoped for. Adoree Jackson, filling in after his own concussion scare in Week 7, added another deflection and was all over the place on the outside. In the slot, Cooper DeJean, another Iowa gem, held his own, picking off routes like he was born for it. Shout out to the whole unit. They forced 2 turnovers, sacked Love thrice, and held the Packers to under 300 total yards. That's Fangio football, baby, methodical, nasty, and opportunistic. But here's the rub. Alexander was supposed to be the veteran anchor on the boundary, The guy to mentor these young guns and handle the top dogs like Justin Jefferson or CD Lamb in those brutal NFC East matchups. Without him, it's scramble time. To really feel the pulse, let's bring in some voices from the trenches. I caught up with fictional Eagles beat writer Eagle Eye Eddie Ramirez. Okay, he's my alter ego, but play along for his take. Look, Eddie says, leaning in like we're at a Broad Street bar, Alexander was the missing piece, a Philly-born baller with that chip on his shoulder. But these kids... Mitchell's playing like a vet. Dejan's got that Big Ten toughness. Fangio schemes, cover, 3 zones morphing into man-press blitzes. It's poetry in green. If Carter 2 steps up, we're golden. And how about a sit-down with DC Vic himself? In my imagined huddle chat, Fangio's all business. Jair's a pro, and we respect his call. Mental health? That's non-negotiable. But this group's deep. Jackson's got experience, Dejan's versatile, and Quinyon's the future. We'll rotate him, confuse him, and hit him in the mouth. Next man up, that's Philly football. Fans are chiming in too. Picture this, outside the link after the bye, a sea of green jerseys. One tailgater, Big Tony from South Philly, beer in hand, bellows, Jair who? We've got heart. Fly, Eagles, fly. We'll shut down anybody. And from a tweet storm on X at Eagles Nation 4 life posts, heartbreaking for Jair, but our secondary's tougher than a Philly winter. Hashtag no Pachel why no gains. Nah, we're soaring. It's that passion, folks. The kind that turned a 4-11-1 disaster in 2020 into a Lombardi 2 years later. Mental health shout out? Absolutely. In a league that's evolved, thanks to voices like Dak Prescott opening up on anxiety or Simone Biles owning her Olympic break, Jair's move is brave. Eagles Nation gets it. We've got your back, brother. Hope to see you flying high again, maybe even back in green. So, where does this leave the Birds heading into Week 11 against the Commanders? Optimism with an edge, that's where. Predictions. I see Philly rolling 27-17 in DC, with Hurts to Brown connections lighting it up in the secondary. Now leaning on Jackson outside, Dejan slot, Carter 2 mixing in, holding Sam Howell under 200 yards. Playoff implications? Huge. At 7-2, we're locked in the number 2 seed hunt, half a game behind Detroit in the NFC. That bye week tinkering, it's paying off, but the draft? Losing Alexander's upside stings. We might eye another DB in 26, maybe a speedster to pair with Mitchell. Seasonal impact. This forces growth. Fangio's already tweaking packages. More nickel looks with Carter 2's quickness, Dejan bumping out for versatility. Compared to past years? Remember 2022's secondary woes with Darius Slay banged up? We adapted and won the division. Stats back it. Phillies allowed a league-low 84.5 QB rating when targeted lately, per PFF. Expert take. Former Eagle and analyst Seth Joyner chimes in hypothetically, Vic's the best mind out there. This ain't a setback, it's a setup for a shutdown run to another ring. Trivia time to keep you sharp. Who was the last Eagles corner to snag 3 picks in a playoff game? Answer, Eric Allen in '92 against the Saints. Mitchell's got that in him, mark my words. Phew, what a whirlwind, from trade deadline dreams to health-first realities, all wrapped in that unmistakable Eagles resilience. Folks, this team's got the pieces, the pedigree, and the Philly fire to weather any storm. Jair, if you're listening, take your time, we're rooting for you, on and off the field. And to the rest of Eagles Nation, strap in. We've got Dallas on deck, the Commanders up next, and a playoff push that could echo that 2017 fairy tale. Tune in Sunday, watch Hurts orchestrate, the D-Swarm, and feel that "Fly, Eagles, fly" chant shake your soul. Follow us here for every update, every breakdown, because together, we're unstoppable. This is your Eagles Report. Keep the faith, keep it green, and I'll catch you after the whistle. Go Birds!